And welcome to Racing, Pacing, Chasing. It is Season 2, Episode 32. It is time for the chasing segment. Lockie, I'm joined by none other than our greyhound expert yourself, mate. Welcome.
Great to be here, Aaron. I'm excited. Adelaide Cup tomorrow night, Friday night greyhound racing at Angle Park. Biggest night of greyhound racing in South Australia, and it promises to be a great night. Let's get pumped up.
Mate, there's two things I was very excited about coming in tonight, talking to you about the Adelaide Cup and the lead into next week, hearing your call of the Adelaide Cup on replay. So just remember to hit record, because next week we're going to watch the Adelaide Cup replay with your overlay. I can't wait. It'll be great. It's going to be
fantastic.
Lockie, well, without further ado, we've got a fair bit to go through. We want to bring a full preview of the Adelaide Cup for Friday night. It's going to be a great night of action at Angle Park. Not only the Adelaide Cup, but plenty of other races that'll be action-packed there. But also then we'll get to the run of the week. You found one there, Shadow Mist, in the $1 Million Chase semi-final. Got a nice little box draw. You'll also give us a little wrap-up as well. But let's get straight into the Adelaide Cup preview and review, all in one.
Yeah, we had the Cup heats last week, Aaron, at Angle Park on Thursday night. We had 7 heats in total. 7 strong fields as well, and we kicked off with Heat 1 in race number 2 with Emily Zero taking it out for Jugie Hurley in a time of 29.82, beating home Zipping Zabo for Tim Aloisi, and third was number 2 Wooden Tiger for Peter Jovanovic. A big win here for Emily Zero, who was sort of an upset. It was about $12 its starting price on the tab fixed, and has got up for the victory and led all of the way, running 29.82, which was the slowest time out of all the heats and probably will start as a bit of a roughie in the Cup final. But congratulations to Jugie for getting a runner in the Cup final.
You've said it right there, Lockie, and you've drawn box 5 in the Cup on Friday night, but the thrill of winning an Adelaide Cup, even as an outsider, does go into an Adelaide Cup as one of the marked outsiders, but it's in it.
Exactly. It's in a group final.
Yeah. 50,000 of the winner we're talking about on Friday night, and it's, as you said, in the Group 1 Hometown Cup final. So Emily Zero, as you said, comes up with box 5, all the best there. Heat 2 winner, we had Golden Knight, in a good time, you'll talk about that, come up with box 2 on Friday night. Lockie, tell us about its heat run.
Yeah, it was very impressive. Golden Knight jumped out well from box number 3, led throughout, and ran a very impressive time of 29.37, which was the second fastest time out of all the heats, and was very impressive overall for trainer Troy Murray, who has a strong presence in the Cup. The Murrays overall have a very strong presence in the Cup. It's a right running second for Ben Rawlings, and American Man running third for Lisa Rasmussen. 29.37 that time, as I said. We'll have a look at that replay now.
So we're set. Golden Knight, he's looking for that ticket. Set to run. Racing, Golden Knight stepped pretty well. He's pushing hard, Zipping Ted trying to hold him, and Golden Knight will eventually work to the lead. Now It's a Right works to second, 3 lengths away to Zipping Ted, 4 back then to American Man, who cops some bother. Corborn Boomer, then Mr. Curie and Chevy's Entry. On top, Golden Knight, he's doing it well. He led by 3. It's a Right tries to stick, then Zipping Ted. Golden Knight's going to turn in front and well clear, and away he goes. He powers away, Golden Knight. Second placing, It's a Right.
Very sharp there, Lockie, and certainly one of the main hopes outside the favourite Catch the Thief, which we're going to talk about last. We are going through each of the 7 heats from last week, as each of them are qualified for the final Friday night. Our next heat winner was Major. You were very strong on its chances going into the week or into the meeting on the Thursday. It was impressive in itself. Just outside Golden Knight's time, 29.4 itself. Expect it to improve and be a major threat.
Well, this brought up a race-to-race double for Troy Murray. Again, he has the 2 runners in the Cup final. 29.40 that time, beating home Springvale Izzy, who's been racing in some good form for Ray Murray. And third was number 6, which was Boss McLaren for Dong Foster. But an impressive win here for Major, running 29.40. He really lifted his game here, and he usually jumps about 2nd or 3rd away. We've seen him go over the 5.15, but he jumped straight to the front on Thursday night and was very hard to beat from that point onwards. So he holds a strong chance in the Cup from box number 7. Might find it a little bit hard to crash down, but if you lob 2nd or 3rd, you never know what could happen from that point onwards.
Yeah, I just thought the box there, as you said, in 7 might just be a little detriment to his chances. It'll give you a little bit more value about him if you do like Major, being in a very consistent patch of form. Moving on to Heat 4 and drawn box 4. Maybe it might run 4th. Is it an omen? But Mapunga Isla was winner of Heat 4 in a time of 29.53, Lockie. But take us through its run and its chances on Friday night.
Yeah, a big win here for trainer Laurie Carlin. Mapunga Isla, recently coming over here to South Australia, has won both of its races from the inside draw recently when it's run here in South Australia. So we really don't know what is going to fare like from box number 4 on the Cup final. Has a challenge to overcome there, but 29.53 is quite impressive. Laurie will be very happy with that. The dog's performed well since coming here to SA, so it has to be considered a chance in the final. Yeah, an impressive win overall from Mapunga Isla, who led throughout from box number 1 in its Cup heat.
We're talking about 8 runners in the final. I reckon all of them have got the same chance.
Yeah.
The odds may vary slightly. It's going to be a very, very good cup, and it'll be an interesting run to the first turn, who's off and gone. But
Exactly right.
moving on, Heat 5, and good winner there. It was good to see her return. Kurong
Yeah.
Lucy, she was sharp. And she'll take improvement from last week into Friday night.
This was my favourite here tonight, just to see her come back well, because there was so much doubt when she injured herself in mid-July, like whether she'll be able to come back for the Adelaide Cup series. And she hasn't had a run since the 16th of July, where she did injure herself. And she's come back for the Cup heat and won it from box number 8. Box number 8 is her box.
Yep.
She loves the wide box, and she really showed that on Thursday night. As soon as she bounced out, you knew she was going to be very hard to run down. And it was just so good to see for trainer Cam Butcher. And obviously he was very relieved and happy after the race, because she had trialled well, but he just wasn't too sure on how she was going to go. And that's a lot of reward for effort there for Cam Butcher for getting that dog back to the races. She's a class dog. A couple of months ago, she was the best dog we had here in South Australia. And if she can return to some of that form we saw beforehand, she can be a big chance in the Cup. And also, she will probably return to some of that status she was at before, where she was the top sprinter here in South Australia. 29.66 from box number 8. That's a sharp time for a first run back. And
She'll sharpen up.
Yeah, she will sharpen up from box number 3 in that Cup final.
Box 3, I know she prefers it out wide. Does it deter you at all if you're having a wager on Lucy?
No, not really. She is capable from the inside boxes. She's
You'd probably say she's got to get a crotch cash your thief too.
I think her main concern probably is only a second run back, and you're in a Cup Group 1 final. And of course, you got so many good dogs.
Can she cross catch the thief? No,
I don't think so. And you look at those 4 dogs who are drawn closest to the rail. You got Catch the Thief, Golden Knight, who ran 29.37 last week, Kurong Lucy in box 3, Mapunga Isla.
It's going to be hard to get in
those 4. I feel sorry for Emily Zero, who's drawn box 5 with those 4 dogs, those 4 champions to her inside. You've also got Taken box 6 and box 7, and Miss Bellawood, who began well last week, but is probably going to find it a little bit hard from box 8. So with those 4 dogs really drawn closest to the rail, it really makes it hard for box 5, 6, 7 or 8 to feature.
Talking about box 8, Miss Bellawood was the winner of Heat 6 on Thursday night in a time of 29.63. Another one of the outsiders going into the final Friday night, but Toka Schutt's heat win.
A lot of people were surprised by this, but I wasn't really, because PB before was 29.70 over the 5.15. It's showing speed over the 5.15. Now, it's been doing a lot of its racing recently over the 643 at Gawler and the 731 at Angle Park and 600 metres at Angle Park. But it stepped back for the 5.15. Gino Gregorovic, the trainer, had been doing a lot of its racing over the distance, as I just mentioned. But I think the surprise was she hadn't really had a start over the 5.15. She just came back and won. And she ran 29.63, which isn't too far off what her previous PB was. She got a new PB on the heat, obviously. Yeah, a lot of people saw that as a surprise, but she paid $26 in the end. She bounced out well from box 6, and she was very hard to run down from that point onwards. So well done to Gino. That's another feel-good story there. Gino getting a runner in the Adelaide Cup. Of course, he will be thrilled with that. He usually trains a lot of distance dogs, Gino, and he's had a lot of success with some distance dogs over the years, but it's good to see him have a runner in the Adelaide Cup this Friday night.
Not only Gino, but we wish all of them the best of luck. The last heat winner we're going to go through is Taken. Was the fastest winner last Thursday night in 29.35. Won from box 7. Comes into box 6. A similar draw. As you said earlier, there's a fair bit of speed on the inside, but it's right in it, Taken. Yeah,
Ray Murray, box 7, jumped well. Lobbed about second or third early, then really worked into the race from that point onwards and really tackled the leading pair off the back to win the race and came home really well. Ray Murray will be very happy having a dog in an Adelaide Cup final. And of course, as I said, Murray team have a strong presence in the Adelaide Cup final.
One emergency.
And box 6, I don't think will deter it too much. If it can lob into a good position taken during a run, then it can easily be storming home over the concluding stages.
The speed on the inside might be good. It might be bad for those outside dogs if there's carnage into that first turn, but not out of it taken.
Yeah, it's not out of it taken. But like, of course, the inside dogs it was up against last week compared to the inside dogs it's up against this week, when you've got, as I said, Catch a Thief, Golden Knight, Kurong, Lucy, Mapunga, Isla, Georgia the inside. It's a lot different than the heat last week. But as we saw, it's capable of running time 29.35. Let's take a look at that run now.
Just about set, lights on. Late move Rajasthan back into 850. They're ready. Lures running. They're set. Racing, Alfieri away okay, speed more's going to lead, gets away by 3 or 4 early on Spring Cuervo and Taken. Alfieri's back to 4th, 5th placing out deep Rushes. Well back was Rajasthan, last is Woodside Zulu, leader is more. Here comes Taken, it's coming after the leader powerfully, 3 lengths to Rushes running on as well. Taken takes over, Rushes is about 2 lengths away running on, Taken's in front, Rushes tries hard, Taken does enough. From Russia's
last but not least, Lockie, it'll be the favourite. Catch the Thief, drawn the inside box. When Barrier 1 come out the hat, I think they would have been very tickle pink. And not tickle pink, tickle red, you could say, with the inside draw. And we're going to take a look at its replay as well shortly after you're going to talk about its trial. It trialled in 29.33. That's obviously only 0.02 quicker than Taken, the fastest heat winner. But it probably had a gear or 2 left.
Some people said we handled the cup when Catch a Thief was drawn box number 1. Of course, we saw this last year. Hooked on Scotch was drawn box number 1 in the cup final last year. Of course, Hooked on Scotch, one of the most impressive chases we've seen in the last decade or so. But the thing with Hooked on Scotch last year was, yes, it got box number 1, but Hooked on Scotch was never a dog that really jumped. And we knew it would probably be lobbing third and running over the top with excessive speed towards the end of the race. This year, Catch a Thief we know can jump, and we know will jump well, and we know it will be running a pretty fast split into that first corner. So that's the thing, the difference between Catch a Thief and Hooked on Scotch last year. If we know Catch a Thief is going to utilise that inside draw to its full advantage and be very dangerous into that first turn, if it hits the front, it is going to be very hard to run down. So Peter Jovanovic, the caretaker trainer of Catch a Thief, would be very happy with his dog's progress since coming over to South Australia. Of course, taking out the State of Origin series, trialling last week just as a little freshen up because it didn't get to running a heat because, of course, when you win the SA Match Race series, you automatically go into the Adelaide Cup. So it ran impressive time, didn't miss a beat, 29.33. That's faster than any of the heat winners. And from that inside draw looks extremely dangerous. So we'll have a look at Catch a Thief and that trial last week at Angle Park.
Right, Lockie, you've previewed the 8 runners. There's 2 emergency. We won't go into them in too much detail, but box 9, Rushes for Lisa Rasmussen. Number 10, Tyson Penangiotto's favourite, Defy. Troy Murray. That's the field of 10. The 8 are assembled. There's no scratchings at this stage. No best bet this week, Lockie. I just want your tip for the Adelaide Cup, mate.
Tip for the Adelaide Cup, I'm going to be boring and go to favourite Catch a Thief. As I just said, it's going to be very hard to beat from box number 1.
Is there a Quinella value to throw in there for viewers at some value? Is it Lucy? Is it?
I don't even think I can do value. I think it's going to be 1-2.
1-2.
Catch a Thief and Golden Knight.
Drop on its back. Chase it over.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be.
Is it 1, 2, 3?
No, I don't think 1, 2, 3. I think something, maybe something out wide, like Taken or maybe even Major could feature 3rd or 4th, but you never know with these sorts of races. Like these finals at any final at greyhound racing level can bring some exciting finishes that not a lot of people would predict. So You know, it's going to be full-on action into that first turn with those 4 speedsters drawn closest to the inside. It's going to be a very entertaining race. Of course, I think Angle Park is sold out at this point with ticket numbers and all that. Of course, COVID restrictions, only 1,000 people allowed in the venue. So there's going to be a decent crowd out the front there.
You've got your ticket?
Yeah, I've got my ticket organised. I'm going to be there. I'm really looking forward to it. And of course, a race broadcaster, Tim Edwards, he'll be very pumped up for the call. This is I think it's his third Adelaide Cup he's calling in a row. So he'll be very excited to be behind the mic for Adelaide Cup. And of course, his call last year with Hooked on Scotch was very memorable. It's done the rounds on social media a few times, and it's probably one of the best calls of a greyhound race.
There'll only be one good call. There'll be a very good call this week. It'll be Lockie Stace's Adelaide Cup 2020 call, mate. Looking forward to it. You got a big night Friday night. You got your first run at Albion Park as well. You can get behind and then you'll roll into the Adelaide Cup.
I'll be watching so many TVs on Friday night. But with the Shadow Mist over in New South Wales, contesting, Mildura, Albion Park, you know, I'm going to be running up and down the stairs, watching Sky Channel and watching the Adelaide Cup. So Friday night, it's all happening.
Don't be like those commentators that run out of breath just moments before the big call, mate, getting back up to your platform. But, Lockie, let's, great little insight into the Adelaide Cup for Friday night. Let's talk about Shadow Mist now before we go into your run of the week and we close the program. Shadow Mist, $1 Million Chase final, or semi-final, on Friday. Talk us through it.
Yeah, the semi-final in race 7 on the program will jump at 8:28 p.m. SA time, so make sure you tune in. It's drawn box number 6 in the semi-final of $1 Million Chase. Look, it's going to be tough, obviously. This is one of Australia's richest greyhound races.
The richest, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's the richest greyhound race going around. It's fantastic that Greyhound Racing New South Wales have been able to incorporate a race like this in $1 Million Chase. It's such a reward for participants around the state of New South Wales, but also around the country. So Lauren Harris, Ryan Tugwell, both fantastic people, a beautiful couple. I'm sure they're going to be. It's going to put in a great effort like it usually does. And box 6 a little bit tough for it, but all we can ask is it does its best. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of eyes at Angle Park on Sky Racing watching that race at 8:28 at Wentworth Park.
Half an hour before the Cup, lead up to it.
Exactly. So best of luck to Lauren and the team.
Now, Lockie, before we close, your run of the week. We always like to touch on there. We haven't got any Panna's best bets this week. He's just
depressing.
He's just dropped off the face of the earth. We can't find him in
Roxby Downs is almost like
he might be down the mine shaft. He might be at a reception. He might be working for a change. Lockie, let's take us through your run of the week.
Hank the Hustler, very impressive for trainer Nathan Wilson, returned to the 600 metres. It looked a race made for this dog, but at the same time, it was back last in the early stages, and over the last 200 metres or so, it's done a great job to round up the leaguers, come over the top for the victory. I couldn't really pick anything else as my run of the week, even though we had 7 Adelaide Cup heats. But Hank the Hustler for Nathan Wilson running 35.19 over the 600 metres. Very impressive. We'll have a look at that replay now.
Should be a thrilling race. Set to run, race number 10. Favourite's got the blue. They're ready. Racing. Hank the Hustler away only fairly. He got squeezed early. He's back second last and he cops some checks. So he's last and he spots the leader 6 or 7. New leader is Scarred Warrior. Crosses down the lead out of the straight by 3 to Pietra Allen. 4 lengths away to Shanlin Haven. Then came Victor Norman and Hank the Hustler. He's last of all, about 6 off the speed. It's going to be a big win if he can do it from there. Off the back, the leader Scarred Warrior. 2 clear of Pietra Allen. Now Hank the Hustler starting to run on 3 lengths away. Scarred Warrior led. Here's Hank. Hank the Hustler going to Scarred Warrior. Oh, big win.
I was probably my run of the week was Good Odds Donor, just running a nice second there,
Clean
mate.
second.
She was brave in defeat too, I thought, this
First time I've called that dog as well, so I was excited.
You noticed as well, you didn't pick her in your first
Yeah, I know, yeah. Tyson put me up on that.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of speed towards the inside. I thought it was a step up in class for her, but she proved me wrong. She went super. You got to be happy with that.
What he was making you do on the show if it come out and won and you hadn't tipped in its first 4, mate.
Oh, yeah, I don't even want to think
That'll only line up behind 4 of his non-field bets. Anyway, Lockie, it's time to wrap up. It's been a pleasure previewing the Adelaide Cup with you this week. Where are we at this for the next 7 days racing around the state?
We'll get down to Angle Park on Friday night. It should be a great night of greyhound racing. Of course, Gawler have a twilight meeting on Thursday as well. I have the honour of calling that meeting as well before the Adelaide Cup, so I'm looking forward to being at Gawler. On Gawler, of course, after the Adelaide Cup, this show will continue to roll on into the Gawler Cup Heats and the Gawler Cup. So 2 big race meetings coming up at Gawler. Those Gawler Cup Heats will be on Monday the 19th. That's a Monday night meeting for them. And then on the Sunday night, they'll have the Gawler Cup final on the 25th. So Gawler Greyhound Racing Club coming up to some big nights of greyhound racing. Racing this week, of course, Angle Park Friday night with the Adelaide Cup, Murray Bridge on Sunday, Angle Park Monday night, Gawler on Tuesday and Angle Park on Wednesday. So another big week of greyhound racing coming up. Happy punting. And enjoy the Adelaide Cup Friday night.
And as Tommy Javor would say on the racing segment, say hi to your dog for me.